nowadays, every other person you met in everywhere turns out to be a real procrastinator. Because nowadays we are all procrastinators. And the rest of them who are trying to say that they are not procrastinators or they are punctual enough, they are either lying or they found an effective way to prevent a procrastination. And now, I, Yusupova Rohatoy, as future journalist and public speaker, will share the most effective way to prevent this habit. So, first of all, let's understand what the procrastination is and how viral it had become among people. So, imagine you came home after several hours of work or study, and you have a very important task from your teacher or from your boss, and you need to do this task right after coming home because the deadline of the task is not that long. So when you sit on the desk to just start this work, you realize that you're hungry, and you'll think like, if I will not eat now, I'll rather die out from hunger. And you'll just go to the kitchen and have something to eat. And after doing that, you just return to your room to actually start your job, and you see that your room is too messy to do something important. So you do what? You just you'll say, you know what? I can't work in such space, so I'll just clean it up and I will do it later. Like I will do it, but I will do it later, like tomorrow or next week, and you'll delay it that way. And you will organize a complete cleaning in your house or even, in your house. And it will take from you several hours to do that. And naturally, you will get tired and fall asleep. This cycle won't end until the very last minutes when you will rush and your flight and fight function will activate. And in the end, after all, you will screw up everything. So, here is the question. If we know that the consequences of procrastination is that bad, why do we procrastinate? Because according to statistics, approximately 90% of the situations where people procrastinate, they know it, they do it intentionally. So why do we do that? Why can't we just finish this work now and have fun later? So before answering this question, let me just explain the structure of our brain, because when we procrastinate, our brain plays a crucial role of it. So actually our brain is divided into two sections, right part and left part. And left part is responsible for our cognitive skills, for our critical thinking, problem solving, and communication skills. But when it comes to the right part of our brain, it is responsible for protecting us from any danger, any negativity in our life that we face every day. So when we receive a difficult or important task, like actually when we procrastinate something, in most cases it will be something either we don't like or something we are not familiar with at all. So we just procrastinate it all the time. So we just see it. See how difficult is that. We make a mountain in your mind, and the right part of our brain activates and says, you know what, it is too difficult for us now. Like, we will do it, but let's do it later, like next week or next month, because the deadline is that long. You will do it, and we'll do it, and you'll agree it and do whatever you want just to accept this task. And here is the point. Most of the people say, you know what, I am the procrastinator because I am lazy. That's why I procrastinate a lot. But it is not the point. Because when we are lazy, when we feel lazy, we have no energy to do anything. So we just do nothing or just do the things that require almost no energy. But when it comes to procrastination, when you procrastinate something, you just do a list of unnecessary things just to avoid this particular task, just to avoid the negative emotions associated with the task. So, and this is the responsibility of our right part of our brain. So what will happen if we procrastinate a lot, like chronically? What will happen if we become a chronic procrastinator. You may guess that it will affect to our mental state, like it's right. If we procrastinate, like if we overthink or worry about something, we tend to more stress and depression than others. The interesting fact is that it also impacts badly on our physical state too, especially to our heart system. So now you may ask, like, what is she talking about? How can procrastination and heart system can be connected with each other? Yes, it can be connected with each other. How? When we worry or overthink about something, our brain gets damaged. And as our brain and heart are connected with each other, our heart will suffer as much as our brain will. So, yeah, it has a lot of, and according to statistics, every 1% increase in procrastination, the risk of suffering from cardiovascular disease will increase by 42%. So, here is the most important and crucial question of my presentation. How do we prevent this issue? How can we prevent this issue? So, here is the technique. Here is the technique that I renovated from the one of the most talented scientists, and I called it Positive Guide to Eliminate Procrastination. So, how it works? Consisting of 3 simple steps, this method can also increase your mental state and prevent the procrastination loop. So, first of all, you need to set a goal. It's not working properly. So, first of all, you need to set a goal. Specifically, you need to write it, like it's preferably to write it, because when you write your goals ahead, the possibility of actually doing it, actually taking action, increase by 40%. So it's better to write. And after writing, the most important thing that you need to remember is just start with the most difficult task, because as I said before, the most difficult the tasks are the ones that we don't really like or we are not familiar with at all. So when we are more energized, we tend to do it in a high quality, and rest of them will be the ones that we are interested in it, and we will do it regardless of how energy we'll have, how much time we'll have. So the next step is just be positive and focus on the exact topic that cause negativity and negative emotions in you. Just find this topic, do more research about it, gather some data, and later on it is plausible that you will get interested to it. Let's explain this step according to my own experience. I used to hate math while I was studying at the secondary school. I really did. Because I just hated math because I used to procrastinate a lot. And in the very last minutes, I used to copy all the answers and solutions from my friend who used to know the math better than me. But one day, I screwed up everything. I got 0 points from the math finals because nobody was there. My friend wasn't there. My teachers were not there. It was just me and the question booklet. And I got no scores, 0 scores from these finals. And what I did, I just returned home and analyzed every single question that I saw in this question booklet. After reading several books about it, after watching some online lessons about it, I just realized that it wasn't that hard. I loved these topics. And if I had a chance, I could have solved it less than a minute or less than, let's say, 10 seconds or less than that. And from that day, I am not a procrastinator in the field of math, and I think I'm better now. And here is the last and very important step of the technique. And in this step, you need to record everything. Record everything and write how you felt about it, preferably by journaling, by writing. So you need to write what you did during the day and how you felt about it, and you need to compare your mental state when you were a procrastinator and when you tried to not be a procrastinator. And you will see a huge disparity between them, and exactly this will be a motivation for you to keep up this cycle and prevent the procrastination loop. So use this method, confront your procrastination, and stop being a loser. Thank you.